Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the lovely Libras in late August as we move from Leo season into Virgo? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? Yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra in late August. We're getting pretty close to Libra season, my good friends. I hope you're ready. Well, let's get this card out here. What's the vibe? What's the energy? We're going to have some fun today, my friends. It's always a pleasure to read for you. There we go. Cool. All right. So energetic connection, super important. And we're not going to just pigeonhole this into personal relationships either, even though this card can absolutely do that when you look at that imagery there, right? But it does have like several layers of depth beyond that. And I think that's something that we should focus on. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as we can see, we have this shirtless male individual there. We have the lady that seems to be reaching out through a mirror, and it's not like a creepy horror film where you got people coming out of your mirrors. Like, to me, this does imply distance, right? Like, it's kind of like a phone, right? Phones are like a mirror. So there is like this distance between two individuals that obviously we see here with the very first one. But when I go deeper, I mean, again, for some of you, if we are to take something completely different, this could represent like distance and travel if you're planning a trip or a vacation. But if we are to take the interpersonal connection thing away, I like to look at this card in the context of energetic connection, energetic feedback, because that's not just between romantic partners, it could be between friends, family members, people that we're very close with, even places where there's like this connection of emotion and there's an energetic back and forth. So when I see this card, there is something about energetic feedback, whether you're receiving energies that you don't know where they're coming from, or maybe you're putting energy out and you don't realize it. Like, there's something here about the energy and the connection, right? So when this shows up, just make sure you're not putting too much out. Make sure you're not taking on too much, especially if you're one of those Libras that are very sensitive to your energetic stimulus, right? Because it could be coming from a lot of different directions. So we're just going to leave that there. I mean, unless some of you, it's very simple. You might have a connection on your mind, but we're just going to let them chill there. They're having a moment. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was very observant. The reading was titled They Are Watching You, right? Now, for some Libras, maybe there was something, person, or situation that Spirit wanted you to keep a very close eye on. Possible. Or maybe you're getting a little more attention than you normally do. Maybe there was someone checking in on you and seeing what's going on with Libra. It felt like it could have been either or both. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. So we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Especially with what we got going on already. Let's get 3 cards out here for Libra. What do we got? Cool. Emperor. Nice. Okay, this is an energy that does vibe pretty well with Libra energy, right? We've got big Aries vibes here, which is your zodiacal twin of sorts, right? You're across each other from the zodiacal wheel. Let's get a couple more. What do we got for Libra? Okay. 9 of Cups. Nice. We're looking good. We are looking good, my friends, so far. That's an open, welcoming type of energy. Let's get one more. Let's get one more here for Libra. Okay. All right. I'm feeling neutral to positive about the energies that we're picking up here so far. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements super quick, because I feel like it lays a nice foundation for us. Good mixture this week. Not too much of one thing. I always say when there's too much of one element, it could get lopsided, right? We got fire, water, earth. Nice. Now, these could be totally different things or situations as well, but they present in totally different ways, which I'm kind of vibing with, to be honest with you. Position number one, we got the fire. And you, as an air sign, fire and air feed off of each other. So this is a very, very comfortable place for Libra to be. Fire is about action. So whether it's the actions you take, the actions other people take, the actions that you want to take, high vibrational frequency when we have a lot of fire. It's very intense. It could deal with energy levels. It could deal with health and wellness if you've been focusing on that area of life. So hopefully you're feeling like you're on an energetic upswing, but sometimes fire can make us feel a little bit down too, right? All depends on your personal story. The only big downside with fire is that it's hard to control, right? The intensity of it. So it can be explosive, it can be volatile in a way, or it could do things that we're not expecting. Into the center, we have water. Now, this does cool off that fire a little bit, so I'm not really concerned. Water, that's the realm of emotions, feelings, your inner world. Soft, subtle, intuitive, energetic sensitivity, that's all part of this water suit. It could be anything, situation, person, connection that we are emotionally invested in. So remember with that very first card, the energetic back and forth, the energetic chords and connections. That's big when it comes to the water energy. It is the biggest suit of personal connections as well. The downside with water energy is that it's a little flip floppy. It's a little back and forth, a little in out, a little hot cold. So we want to keep an eye on it. On the back end, we have earth, much more dependable. Right? When I see earth, I think of results. I think of security and stability, whether it's internal or external. It's predictable. It could represent routine, day-to-day life, money, work, business, finance, home, and family, the world around us. So I usually like it for stability. The downside of earth is that it could be very, very slow. It could be stubborn, and sometimes it could even be frustrating, right? Because the energy is just not doing anything, or it seems that way. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with our good friend here, the Emperor himself. As mentioned, this is big Aries energy. So if you're connected to one or you have Aries placements, that could just be showing up right here. And again, on the zodiacal wheel, Libra and Aries, they're straight across from each other. So they're energies that balance each other off really well. So I like this in a Libra reading. Some people also give this to Taurus as well, but that's besides the point. When I look at the Emperor, this could be an energy some of you are stepping into as well. The Emperor can represent divine masculine individuals. It can represent authority figures. So think of like managers, bosses, patriarchs, people that call the shots, because the Emperor is the King of Kings, right? He's not like just the King of Cups, King of Swords, King of Pentacles, King of Wands. This is the one that says, hey, this is the direction we're going, and that's it. So I love it for entrepreneurial pursuits. I love it for getting things under control in a good way. Now, what might be the downside of such an awesome structured energy here? The Emperor can be a little too controlling. It could be a little too rigid. And listen, I talk to a lot of Libras in personal sessions. Rigidity is something that can really get under a Libra's skin. So whether you're dealing with a person or a situation that doesn't have a lot of gray area, we want to watch out for this Emperor. Now, moving to the middle, we have one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. We have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful stuff. We see our friend here that kind of looks like John Travolta chilling there. He's got 9 cups, and he's inviting us on in to have a drink, right? To me, when I see this card, I think of wins, victories, triumph. It's just open and welcoming. Like, hey, my door is open, Libra. Here, come on in and have a drink with me. It's just really nice. So aside from just blanket statement wins and victories, it's friendly, it's soft, and it's warm. I just think this energy is really good. So this might be something really great coming in. Now, the downside of this, it's an energy that can overindulge. So if there are certain things that you've been trying to refrain from, certain things you're trying to resist or cut back on, the Nine of Cups is like, screw it. I just want to feel good, right? Like it's an energy that can do some pleasure seeking. But I think it's actually nice for the most part. I would say the big warning with this card is to make sure no one's taking advantage of your kindness, right? Because the Nine of Cups will give you the shirt off its back. Um, but sometimes it will do that to a fault. So be kind, be empathetic, and all that good stuff. But there should always be boundaries and a line, if that makes sense. Now, moving to the back end, we have Eight of Pentacles. Really like it. And we see this person hard at work, right at the workbench, building a whole bunch of pentacles. Very artistic, super creative. We really like this energy a lot. It's probably the biggest card of career and business, or just how you earn those pentacles. So I like it because it represents effort to me. So if you don't have career or work related things going on, when it comes to personal connections, it ties back into that effort. The thing I really like about the Eight of Pentacles is that it can fix things, it mends things. So I'm not sure if this is problem solving, if there are certain things that you're trying to bridge a gap or mend a bridge, so to speak. I think it's good. But what's the downside of the Eight of Pentacles? The big one is that it can try too hard. It can work too much. It can overdo it, right? Like, not saying that you're all workaholics, but like the Eight of Pentacles can just do too much, if that makes sense. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Libra. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get another shuffle here. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Emperor. Let's see what that's about. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Emperor in the mix? What are you doing here, sir? Thank you. Cool. Wow, Four of Wands, the 1111 card. Beautiful stuff. Solid, stable. This could be some really fantastic energy. It's like a stabilizing force. So if there's been anything or situation that's been making you feel like you're on shaky ground, where it's like, oh, I don't know about this. Like, you know how sometimes we have doubts? When I see the Emperor with the Four of Wands, it's like, screw doubts, I got this. It's beautiful stuff. I really like the firm hand that I'm picking up off of this. So whether this is a person or a situation lining up that makes me feel solid, stable, and sturdy, it's like a force that comes in and makes me feel like everything's going to be okay. I think that's beautiful. Now, if we are to take that and put it to the side, the Four of Wands is the 1111 card, right? It's signs, synchronicities, omens. So when I see the Emperor with the Four of Wands, like for some of you, this is very specific, right? I know this ain't a personal reading, but there could be like someone very specific on the other side, whether it's a guide, a spirit team, a relative of some sort that is trying to get a message through to you, like, hey, Libra, I'm with you, I'm watching you, you're protected. There's something here about an omen. So just take that for what it's worth. We're just going to keep going. I know this is a general reading, but for a lot of Libras, Spirit could be trying to grab your ear or encourage you. There's something about that. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to see what's up with the Nine of Cups. We're going to keep it moving here. And again, very good card. The Four of Wands is celebratory. It's another win, victory-based type of card. So we're looking okay. I'm liking our forecast so far, my friends. Let's go in on that Nine of Cups. Let's go in. Wow, beautiful. And now we have the bookend counterbalance to the Emperor. One of your power cards, the Empress in the upright. What an absolute blessing this is. What an absolute... Libra, don't know what you got going on. Cross watcher for Libra, don't know what you got going on. But what I do know is that this energy is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. So hopefully for some of you, this could be a change for a better. It is partially giving me that vibe where it's like we have this little warning sign from Spirit, like, hey, Libra, something's coming, something big is coming in. And then boom, we have like this surprising, unexpected win right in the center. We could even call it a blessing, right? Like the Empress, aside from being the perfect counterbalance to the Emperor, they're a perfect pair. Venus energy, pleasurable, enjoyable, right? Like when I see that with the Nine of Cups, remember what I was saying about like just wanting to feel good? For some of you, it could be advice from Spirit, like, hey, don't do the all work, no play. Make sure you're taking some time to enjoy yourself, do something, treat yourself, right? That could be a big thing coming through for a lot of Libras, where it's like, yeah, do something you want to do because you want to feel good, right? Now, again, this energy can go a little overboard. So just watch out for that, the pleasure seeking. But if we are to just say, like, what I see it as, it's like we have the signs, we have the omens leading into this unexpected or surprising win. So hopefully this is a turn for the better, my friends. I think for a lot of Libras, it is. I think for a lot of Libras, this is an extremely claimable type of reading so far. We're going to keep going. Let's see what's up with the Eight of Pentacles, because remember, this is the work, this is the play, right? Work hard, play hard. Is that what we got going on here? So let's see what's up with that Eight of Pentacles. Then we'll do our recap. So why is that Eight of Pentacles here? Cool. This is the counterbalance, though. So these two, yeah, I mean, just the energy on the back end, we do have the devil in the upright, right? Now, one thing I will say for some Libras, the devil does have a positive spin too, right? I'm not going to say it's the best card in the world, right? I'm not going to, I am an optimist, of course, but I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, oh, yeah, no, the devil's fantastic and it's great. Of course, it can be clunky and earthy and be an energy that's really difficult to shake. But when it comes to money, Eight of Pentacles, remember, work, finance, career, devil, this is actually really, really good for things like school, learning new things, money, entrepreneurial things. Great energy around money and finance here on the back end. Now, this devil can absolutely be a bit of a roadblock to some of the energy we have here on the front. The counterbalance, right? Up, what goes up must come down. So, like, we do have this little wave of energy happening here. The devil could be a Capricorn you're connected to, and they only get this card due to the goat symbolism. Do I think this wrecks the reading? Absolutely not, because remember, this energy can fix things. There's something about the effort. There's something about if you pour more energy into something, you might get better results. So keep that in mind. It could be something totally random from what we have here on the front end. But when I see the Eight of Pentacles with the devil, it's like, all right, let's fix this. Or I have fixed this, or I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I'm not finished with my masterpiece, but I'm working on it. And that's what I like. I like the effort. That's what I really like here. So we have a very interesting mixture of energies this week for you, Libra. We got some good things, we got some wins, but is it a masterpiece just yet? No, it's not. And that's okay. All right, let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, we got a lot of really good stuff here, Libra. We got the Emperor with the Four of Wands. Beautiful, lovely. There is a stabilizing force coming in. So whether this is you doing that for somebody else, someone doing that for you, it's like this energy makes me feel like everything's going to be okay. Aside from that, some of you may be receiving a lot of omen signs and synchronicities from spirit. They could be an overdrive that could either be directing you or urging you forward. Moving to the middle, from the signs, we come into the unexpected or surprising win. Nine of Pentacles with your power card, the Empress in the upright, chef's kiss. Right, this is absolute blessing of an energy. There is something here about doing things that you enjoy or feeling good. So again, if there's certain things you're trying to hold back from, this energy could be very tempting, especially with our little devil friend over here. But I think for a lot of you, there could be an unexpected or surprising win coming in for sure. On the back end, we do have the Eight of Pentacles with the devil. This is very great for work, money, finance, all that kind of stuff. But to me, it does still feel like a work in progress. And aren't we all? Right? There's just something here about appreciating the effort. So whether you want to be appreciated, whether someone's appreciating you or you're appreciating someone else, it's like, okay, it's not perfect, but I see effort there. And I think that's the big thing. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's get into the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got for the lovely Libras? What do we got for our Libra friends? Okay. So this energy is reminiscent in its shadow form of that devil that we have on the front end. So we have the Hierophant. So funny how like we have the King of Kings, authority figures, we got the devil. There is something here that's kind of power struggle-esque. Now this connects to the Taurus collective here. And the Hierophant to me represents tradition. It's stability, it's routine, it's what we do from day to day to day. So in the positive sense, there's a predictability there. But in the challenge, this energy can feel stuck. This energy can feel like it's not making progress, like it's not moving. So watch out for feelings of frustration in this time when we see him in the shadows, okay? Especially with the devil here, right? Where there could be something or a situation where it's still a work in progress. And the Hierophant might be telling us, yeah, it might take a little bit of time, but it'll get there if you keep this Eight of Pentacles energy. The big downside to the Hierophant, though, the big one, the big shadow of it, is that stuck in the muck type of feeling. Right? Because the Hierophant can fool itself into thinking that things can't change, things won't change, things will never change, right? And that is an illusion, my friends. So this could be great for spirituality, but some other things, it could be a little dicey. So you could check that out further if you'd like, Libra. That's what I got for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The August calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the August subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 winners at random to either choose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is an absolutely stunning deck, or one of the custom-made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in your reading today, which one intrigued you the most? Which one caught your attention, and why? And you put that in the comments, you'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab / post tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.